Alright, this has been bugging me for a while. In all the documentation I've come across when it's talking about the debugger, it says that you just automatically pop in the debugger, even in DINFO. And this isn't the case, so I'm guessing there's a flag somewhere that has changed since a lot of the documentation was written, and at first it was bugging me, but now I can see why it'd be interesting. Because if I type cow, it's warning me. Like if it just threw me in the debugger, I might not know why I'm in the debugger. Like sometimes you see me or you might be popping in the debugger and you don't even know why. But at least now it's giving you a warning of why, and I'm guessing this is why this changed. So the command that makes this interesting is when it does this, instead of just popping in the debugger like everything says, you type retry. It took me forever to find this. It stopped me from debugging very easily, actually, because I just didn't know this. I'm wanting to jump in the debugger, but if you type retry, now you get thrown in the debugger. And I don't know if you've ever heard of old school Lisp, like not just Lisp programmers, but old school programmers sometimes talk about writing their programs in a debugger and don't even mess with like anything else. Just write your whole program in a debugger, which I kind of wanted to make a slime video about this, but I just never got around to it. And it's kind of awkward because at some point you're still going to have to save your stuff somewhere. And if you're just using the debugger the whole time, unless you're using, there's a function called dribble in Common Lisp, a lot of Lisps, and it just dumps everything you type and everything that is responded out. And so by doing that, you could actually keep up with stuff, but going back and pulling all your stuff out of there would be a pain. You'd probably have to use like set or awk to get rid of a bunch of trash. Or I guess Common Lisp if you knew how to do that stuff in Common Lisp. But since this is Interlisp, man, this makes like programming in a debugger on a whole nother level, because you don't have to keep up with your files. At the end, you just type files, question mark, and then it's gonna give you everything. And then you can just save those files that you want. So I don't know. This is the type of system that programming in the debugger would be optimal. I'm not gonna say it's the best way to do, the best program to do this, but it might be. It might actually be. Unless there's something else that does stuff like this, then this is a whole nother level of sitting here and using your debugger. So here I type cow, and there is no cow, but who cares? So one way to do this would be just to say, like right here, I could say define q, and then we'll say cow lambda. And I know this is ugly, but who cares? This is really cool. Print, and then we say like dog goes. Oh, I guess this is a cow. So cow goes moo. And then after that, we're gonna call dog, since that's what I was typing anyway. Dog. And so now cow's there. So okay, I fixed my cow function, but now it's saying, well, the cow goes moo, but you don't have the dog function here. So no worries. Instead of having to type it the ugly way, we can just say defund dog. This is going to pop up. We're going to go to funds, choose lambda, then drawer box wherever. I don't know if it matters because I'm just going to close it, but let's just put it over here for a second. And then one way to do this would be to come over here and click. I'm going to hit delete twice. Goodbye. And then now I'm just going to start typing print and then say, what am I doing? Dog. So dog goes bark. And then here I want to call cat, let's say. So here we'll say cat. All right, everything's cool. So here I'm just going to say Control Alt X to save and close this window. And now I'm back over here. I could call dog, but I'm interested in calling my cow. Well, now it's telling me, hey, these two go, but cat's undefined. Oh, no big deal. Let me just defund cat. Define cat. And so come over here, lambda. And this time I'm going to hold in the control key and just click twice to highlight that. Let go of the control key. Bye-bye. Then come over here, same thing. Click over here, hold down the control key, click again. Goodbye. And then say print. Cat goes meow. And then I'm content without having, if I hit the parentheses, like a closing parentheses, it'll start matching like it was earlier. Well, I have to put a double quote first. It'll start matching, but I'm not worried about that because I think I did it right. If not, the debugger is going to catch me. So now I can type cow here. Oh, wow, that worked. So now I'll just type OK. And then guess what? Moo. Bark, cat, dog, meow. And so notice the last one's just the last printout. So it's just the return value of that. So I don't know. This, to me, is programming in the debugger now is a beautiful thing. And I don't have to worry about it because what can I do? Just say files. And guess what? There's a cat, dog, and cow function. Do I want to know where they go or put where they go? Yeah, I do. The logout device, I still don't know what to do with that. So what I do is just hit the right. If I hit no, then the next time I run files, it's going to prompt me again. But if I hit a right square bracket, then it just says nowhere. And the next time I run files, it won't bug me. And then now it's asking me, where do you want to put the cat function? So I'm just going to say like, let's just say animal sounds.lisp. Create new file, yes. Dog, I just want it to be the same thing. Animal sounds.lisp. And this would be convenient, like if you had a t-edit window or a df window over here, just where you pop these in instead of having to retype them. I'm pretty sure there's a way, but I can't remember. One of the alt keys can get me back the last thing I typed in if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know if there's a way just to tell it, like if I just hit yes or something, if it would, I mean, as soon as I start typing, it just does this. So then I could say MAKEFILE. Maybe I have to put the quote there. Animal sounds.lisp. And then now, if I typed ls, I don't know, I have so much stuff in there. Well, there it is right there. So now that stuff's saved. I didn't have to worry about how am I going to get my functions or whatever I typed in my debugger saved as a file. That is so beautiful. Ribbit.